Okay, looks like we're on. All right, so this is the state of Texas versus Mauricio Lucio Villaseñor. Okay, Mr. Lucio Villaseñor, the reason we're having this hearing is that I got a report from probation that you have had some problems, um, perhaps understanding what is expected of you. So, you were placed on probation July 27 of this year for 11 months, 25 days for driving while intoxicated. All right. Your financial obligation for this probation is $1,347. You did attend your first appointment with your probation officer on September 16. That was more than 2 months after you were placed on probation. Um, can you explain what took you so long?
No, esa fue la fecha que a mí me dieron para reportarme con ella.
Okay, okay.
Nunca me dieron
Who
ninguna.
told you that, sir?
¿Quién? En la corte, no estoy seguro, pero si fue en la corte o fue un email que me llegó que esa fecha me tenía que reportar con ella.
Okay.
A
All
mí
right,
se me
so
hizo
then
mucho.
when you reported, you were given information about programs that you had to complete. Is that right?
Así es.
All right, so some of those programs are the DWI education course, correct?
Sí, son tres programas.
All right. What are they?
Creo que no, es DUI, y lo es algo de impacto contra la sociedad, y es otro, es que no estoy seguro cómo se llaman, pero es algo de impacto contra la sociedad, y es
Okay.
otro creo que de
Yeah,
drogas y
victim
alcohol.
impact panel.
Creo que sí. Tengo la hoja, ¿puedo ir por allá?
Okay. Oh, yes, yes.
Permítame, permítame. Sí, es DUI, educación, primera vez, offender.
Okay.
Es Victim
Okay.
Impact Panel,
Okay.
Drug y evaluación de drogas y alcohol.
Okay. Great. And then you also need to do 48 hours of community service, correct?
Así es.
Okay. And then also random urinalysis exams.
Sí,
Okay, so you have the portable alcohol monitoring device, is that right?
Así es.
Okay. Um, so you have been using that device, correct?
Sí.
Do you understand how to use it, or do you have questions about how to use it?
No, pues ahí cuando fui a levantarlo, ahí te explican, bueno, no ellos, pero cuando prendes el aparato te explican cómo usarlo y cada ciertas horas tienes que soplarlo.
Okay.
Tienes un rango de horas como yo lo tengo
Okay.
de 5 a 8 de la mañana, de 5 a 8 de la tarde y de 10 de la noche a 12 de la madrugada.
Okay. All right. So you are comfortable with using it. You don't have any questions anymore, right?
No, no tengo ninguna pregunta.
Okay. So I got a supplemental report from your supervising officer, and on September 24, you had some issues with alcohol on your breath. Do you understand that?
Así es, sí.
Okay. Now, when they asked you to explain, um, did you know why that showed up that way?
Sí,
Okay. Do you know what caused your breath to have a detectable amount of alcohol?
sí sé qué pasó.
What happened, please?
Lo que pasa es que andaban con unos amigos pues en una carne asada, ¿verdad? Y se me hizo fácil a mí, nunca pensé que fuera a salir. Se me hizo fácil tomarme 2 cervezas. Entonces, eso fue lo que pasó. No pensé nunca que fuera a salir. Pues usted sabe, los mexicanos cómo somos, que
Okay.
carne asada y todo.
All right. So now that you realize that it will show up, you understand that you're not allowed to have any alcohol. Do you understand that?
No, de hecho fue la primera vez y ya de ahí dije, pues no, no, o sea, no tiene
Okay.
caso estarle
Good.
jugando.
All right. All right. Okay, wonderful. Well, that's what the court wants to hear, because if you did not understand how this process was going to work, I wanted to be sure you understood, okay? Because you want to do well on
Sí,
this, okay? All right. So,
así es.
you also were instructed to submit an ETG UA. Do you remember that?
Ah, no sé qué es eso, no sé qué sea eso.
It's like a UA, you know, where they check to see if you have alcohol in your urine. But this one is a lot more scientific. And if you've had any alcohol in the previous 3 days, it will show up.
Sí. Ah, ok, sí.
Okay. So did you take that test?
No, no lo tomé porque mi oficial de aprobación me dijo que para que el test valiera era dentro de las 24 horas y cerraban a las 4 de la tarde y cuando yo hablé con ella ya eran como las 2 de la tarde, solo que no alcanzaba a llegar al test.
I see. Because you were at work and you couldn't get there on time.
No, no, exactamente, sí.
Okay. All right. So, what I need for you to understand is that your supervising officer is going to be requiring you to do things to show that you are not drinking alcohol. That's going to be pretty
Ok,
much every day. They will take reports at the end of the month or when you're going to go see them,
sí,
but these are things that you have to do on a daily basis. So it's very important because the offense they're alleging is that you had drunk too much alcohol
sí.
and you were impaired while driving a vehicle because of the alcohol.
Pero, ¿de qué reporte es ese? De mi caso original?
Uh, yeah, because you're on
Ok, sí, sí, sí.
probation, they're going to be requiring you to do programs so that you will learn
Ok,
from
sí,
these programs what to avoid so you do not come back here with a DWI second or third. Okay? So basically, this
sí,
is a way to help you achieve
sí,
control over your life so that you do not find yourself being arrested again. Right? I mean, so in the future, when you
ok,
drink
sí, sí,
alcohol, you need to do it where you're not going to have to drive. Okay? Or you're going to have somebody drive you, because if you drink alcohol and for some reason the police stop you and there's alcohol on your breath, there's probably going to be another arrest. You do not want that,
sí,
right?
no,
So
no,
this
claro que
is,
no.
yeah, this is for your future, basically. Once you have a driving while intoxicated, if you're stopped, what I recall is when you have 3 arrests for DWI, that third one can be a felony. That's much, much more serious than a misdemeanor that you have right now. Okay? That can have a very, very negative impact on your
Así es.
life, on how you work, on your relationships, on your reputation. Okay? So that's what we're hoping that you will learn from this probation. That you're going to have to be so responsible that you're not ever going to put yourself in this place again.
Así es.
Okay? All right. And so the reason I'm having this hearing is because we've been through a terrible time with this pandemic. It has affected our social relationships. It has affected our way that we talk to each other or not talk to each other. So you don't always get all the information you need to understand what's going on.
Bien.
Okay? All right. So I wanted to be sure that you understood. Now, when you go see your supervising officer, does that person understand Spanish?
Sí,
Okay. And that person can speak to you in Spanish.
sí,
And you understand what they are telling you.
así es.
And if you have questions, do you ask that person to answer those questions?
Así es. De hecho, cualquier duda que yo
Okay.
tengo, nada más le llamo y le dejo un mensaje y ella pues tarda como a lo mejor un día o medio día en regresarme la llamada.
Okay. All right. So there's um as a result of this pandemic, we do not communicate with each other as well as we did before the pandemic. You understand? Everybody is very busy. And a lot of times we're trying to do 2 things at once. You understand? So it's very
Sí,
important that there not be any doubt in your mind when your officer tells you something. That way you will, if you don't understand completely, ask again. Okay?
Sí.
There is no shame in asking questions. All right? So, I just, this is a supplemental report and it's a bit negative. So, you want to have positive results from your probation. Okay?
Así es, sí.
All right. All right. I do not want to see you back in court on a motion to take away your probation. Please.
Muy bien.
Okay. I want you to have a good life, Mr. Lucio Villaseñor.
Muchas gracias, su señoría. Igualmente. Y
I,
voy
I
a,
don't
voy a,
I don't I don't want this situation to affect you negatively in your future. Okay?
no, sí.
So I'm going to ask you to please abide by these conditions, understand what they're asking you to do, and stay out of trouble. Okay?
Muy bien, muchas gracias, su señoría. Y sí, pues, estoy tratando de
Oh,
cambiar mi
thank you,
vida poco
Mr.
a poco.
Villaseñor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're young. You need to have a good future. Okay? All right. It's good
Muchas
for
gracias.
you. It's good for our country. It's good for your family. It's good for your friends. Okay? All right.
Sí, muchas
Thank you,
gracias.
sir. You have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you for being patient and listening to me.
Igualmente, tenga buena tarde y Dios la bendiga.
Same to you, sir. All right. This hearing is adjourned. Thank you. Take care.
Gracias.
And yes, and Mr. Villaseñor can log off at this time. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Miss Abrams. Really appreciate it. You have a wonderful afternoon. Take care. Okay, Nancy, I think we can probably. Aleda is working behind the scenes.
I am.
I like your haircut. Very
Oh.
cute.
It's
Oh,
it's
wait, let me get off. You